All right, thank you. I'm going to be talking about what I do in my day job, designing insurance industry solutions for brokers and carriers, and I'll try not to make this as boring as that title sounds. For people that don't know anything about the insurance industry, I'm going to also try and make it clear and understandable too. This is Laura. She has a landscaping business, and she needs to buy workers' comp insurance in case any of her employees get injured on the job. So she goes to Bob's brokerage, and Bob takes down all of her information, pushes a button, and then she gets quotes from a dozen different carriers, like you've seen Progressive advertise, right? My company actually writes software for Bob the brokerage. We are CHSI Technologies, and this is the software that Bob sees when he is at his computer. He logs in, sees a list of clients just like Laura's Landscaping, but he's going to start a new form and take all of Laura's info, and then when it's all filled out, you see these carriers on the right-hand side. There's 4 carriers here listed. There's anywhere from half a dozen to a dozen different carriers. And so the cool thing is take the information once, run it against all these carriers, get terms of service, get quotes, and then Laura can pick from those. So we hit get a quote, and what I'm showing here in this mock-up is just these are all the different statuses. There can be an error status, there can be an approved status, contact us, or be denied. So the real trick is how do we make this happen? So you fill out one application, check it against a bunch of carriers. Well, we have software that our carriers use called Connections, and in Connections, they can set up rules for certain things. We call them quote fields. Certain fields can have rules attached to them, and they can differ. They obviously do differ per carrier. And then each of these carriers in the insurance industry, each of these particular carriers, are owned by a managing company. And this managing company, we built software for them so that they can go in, click on a form, this is a form here, and edit it. They can just drag and drop different sections. And what's interesting is when they click this field, man, that's never happened. All right, let's do this. I got a backup ready. That was in partner settings. So this is an Adobe prototype software called Adobe XD. This is not our working software. So that's on them. Let's look at Form Builder again. Here we go. And looking at this field that I talked about, I'm going to expand this and look at class codes. So class codes is this field that they created in the form, and they attach it to the fields that exist inside each carrier. So it's checking all the different carriers, and you can select any one of these predefined fields here, but it's checking all these individual carriers, one form right here directed at all these individual carriers and their rules. Finally, when it gets to Bob the broker and Laura, this is the result they get. And so that's how we make this whole system, front end to back, brokers to carriers to this managing company, and that's how Laura ends up getting a bunch of different quotes. We designed 90% of this in the past month. We really worked really hard on it, and I want to shout out and thank my teammate Lenny for producing these high fidelity mock-ups that you saw today. All right, thank you.